Let us solve the exercise number 3 in the basic web designing skills. And the exercise number 4 is as follows. We are supposed to prepare a student marks card using the tables attributes with an image. And they have provided us with a sample certificate which is of this type. Okay, and this is just a reference that they have given to us. So let's go ahead and let's prepare that thing. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to start your project in a separate folder, and I have already created a sample project, and my final view will be like this. So we are going to create something that looks exactly like how they have given, not exactly, the roughly closer to what they have given. And in this exercise, definitely we will not be putting your name and the details there, because they have given as it is, they have given, and we will follow what they have asked us to create. So let's go ahead and let's create this application. So this is my sample that I am running there. So two samples that I am running. So in order for you to create a web application, let me close this. You are supposed to go to the open the VS Code, not the Visual Studio. There is something called as a VS Code. Use that VS Code. Open a particular folder where you want to save your file. I'm going to go and I'm going to select the BCA skill as my folder. And if you click here, all your previous documents will be visible here, which you can use it. I'm going to start a new file. You can create a new file by clicking here and then clicking on a new file, or the easiest way is to just go here and click on this one. I will call this as exercise 4.html as my application, and I'm going to press enter here. Let me start the HTML, and I'm going to start the HTML boilerplate here, because I don't want to type this whole thing here. So this is the HTML that I'm going to use. So let's go ahead with the starting part. Let's give the certificate a title here, and I think this is the SSLC certificate. So I'm going to say, where is the thing gone? Okay, let's go here, and I'm going to say secondary. Let me just remove this. Just click on this one to just pull it on the other side. I think I will zoom in for you. So secondary school, okay, leaving certificate. Okay, this is SSLC. Secondary, let me, secondary school leaving certificate. That's my title that I'm going to use it. And let's go ahead with the body part now. And what is that we are supposed to do it, because we are learning about the HTML5. Let me call this one as my main part over here. So you are familiar with the semantic. Okay, so let me use, this is my main part of my document. You are familiar with the semantic tags which are there in the HTML5. And within that, I'm going to create the section. See, I'm going to use the section for this one. I will create a section here for this whole thing. Let me create a section. So let's start with the section here. I'm going to say the section. Okay, and let me close that thing. I think I'm going to say the role of it again. You are familiar with the concept of a role, and those who are not familiar, for them. So whenever we say it is a role, so it just means to say that just the role indicates that this is an actually assistive. It's a part of assistive technology that it is used to say the search engine why this document, what is the role of this particular document. That is the it comes under ARIA, so that is accessible rich internet application. So this is the part of that specification. So and then it is generally we use it for accessibility. Just to tell that suppose if you don't have suppose the person who can't see for them generally what is being done is there is a screen reader. So you are just telling the screen reader that this part is the main part, otherwise the screen reader may not be able to figure out which part is the main part and which part which is the section part and so on and so forth. So this is part of accessibility for rich internet application. Okay, and uh, this is a it is not part of like it is not an HTML part of that writing, but it will help you. So it is like if you are building a rich application, that is the standard application, you are supposed to have the role. Okay, so I will be using a few of them because this is a demonstration. You are learning the skill, that means to say that you are supposed to learn everything. You can't say that I'm going to learn only this part and that part. So I'm going to say the role of this is the document. So this uh, part that I'm writing over here, there is my mouse pointer. So this part that I'm going to write over here is the role of it is the document. Okay, so this is it, and you notice that the Visual Studio will the VS Code will help me with that. And I have a bit problem with my throat, but anyhow I will manage. Okay. Next one is I'm going to use this area that I've already told you. Area, that is, if you're not familiar, so that's ARIA will stand for A for accessible rich internet application. So this is the part of that specification. So I'm going to give a label for that. Yeah, that's label. Okay, and label I'm going to call this one as mark sheet, because we are creating, remember this is the mark sheet. Now you can give any thing for that. Now generally there are a few standard things which are available, but I'm not going to do that thing. Now inside this I'm going to put a header. So you know, you are familiar with the HTML5 specification. So I'm going to say this is the header. Okay, this is the part of HTML5. So I'm going to say this is the header over here. Okay, and in that I'm going to put two part over here. So first part will be my image. So if you notice the one that excuse me, the one that they have given here, if you look at here, so there are two sections in this header. One is this part, left part, and the other part is the text part. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's put the first part. I'm going to use the div for all my sections that I'm going to create. Okay, and I'm going to just put this one, and I will put a image here. Okay, so img, and if you look at here, I have done some homework, and I've taken two images over here. One is the logo. So this is the image. This I got it from the Google. I just searched for the image called as a logo of a school, and I got this one. This is the Creative Commons licensed image. You may say that why didn't you get some good image? The reason for that is I'm showing it on the public video, so I will have to take care of the copyright. Again, I have a image of a school girl. Again, this is a Creative Commons license. So unlicensed images I'm using it. So this is just to avoid unwanted problems. Let me go ahead and let me just remove this one. This is not required. I'm going to go with the source of it. You just press Control Space, and I'm going to use the logo image here. Done with the logo image. I will use the alt text. Now this is the old way of saying it, but I'm going to say school logo. Okay, so that is it. Okay, let me just put the image over here. Done with the logo part here, and then let me go here. And the second part that I'm going to use is one more div. I will separate using the, you know very well, the separation is generally done using the logo. And if you look at the part which is right here, and you will notice that when we talk about the thing which is where is it one here. Now, few things that you will notice that this is a slightly different one. This is slightly different one, and this part is slightly different one. All are there as part of the section here. Okay, so all are there as part of this. This section I have taken care. Now the other section that I will have to take care. So I'm going to put one div here, the main div, and inside of that I'm going to put the other divs. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's build that one. So I'm going to start with the main div. So this is my main div. Okay. Inside that, if you just notice over here, even though I'm not going to show this image because I'm going to use the one that I have created. So this is the one. There are few things like affiliated and this part. This will be a separate part. Okay, and we are going to use the separation for that. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's build that one over here. Okay, I'm going to start with the one more day. Let me just go with the one more day. Okay. And then inside that I'm going to start with the individual day. So I'm going to say first one is the name of the school that I'm going to use. That is the Vidyarthi English Medium School. So I'm going to just copy paste it isn't that I have typed it because it's going to take slightly longer time. Then let me go with the div over here, and the other one that I've used is this is coming in between. Okay. Control C. Let me just close this one. Okay. That is actually something which is not required, but I have that plugin with me. So let's go with one more div, and this div is for the next one. Okay, so they established in 1968, something like that. Where is it gone? Here, and I think one more div. Let's go with the one more div, and this is for the what was that? Where is it gone? Here, affiliation. Okay, this is the one. So we are going to go with this much of it. So done. Save it. Let us try to run this application. We have not done much of it. You can go here, and if you have the plugins, please refer to the plugins. So I have the live preview plugin. So this is how it's going to look like. So it won't look beautiful at all because it's going to come one after the other. So if you have the live server, and if you try to run it on the, where is it, live server gone? Where is the live server? Okay, to scroll a bit, open it with the live server. If you look at here, this is how it's going to look like. Now I have to get to this part here, and sorry about my throat, and the other part on the other side. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the required part. I'm going to go with the CSS. Okay, I'm going to start a ex4 ex4.css. Let me remove that thing. And one thing that I have done with this CSS is I have carefully taken care of all the colors which are there here. So I have the power tools with me. So this will help me to select the color. So if I just go to a particular place, I can click and get the appropriate color for that. So I have the power tool, and because I am colorblind, and because my monitor, the one that I am using, the screen, my screen and your screen may be different. So what is being done is I will first fix the color, saying that these are the few colors that I think which are visible to me, and if you feel like that is not the color, you can straight away change at this point, and everything will change. So I will start as the root element. Okay. Now this is a pseudo element which is used as a variable. You can create you can the one that you are always using, that is the either the font or anything that if you really want to use it. Okay, like your CSS custom properties. Okay, these are globally scoped variables which you can use it in the rest part of your document. It is like you create a variable and give the values to them and then start using it in your CSS. So this is the idea that we are using. Okay, I think you are familiar with that. So let me create a few variables over here. So first one I'm going to use is ink. Okay, one of them, uh, and I will use the color here. Okay, you can use the color. The one I've just made a copy of this color because it is going to be a difficult challenge for me to select the color definitely. Okay, on fly I cannot decide which is this color and so on so forth. So this is the one color that I will be using. So you can use this as your color. So I think this is going to be the color that I will be using. The color is 14332A. So I just type the color because if you are copying this color, remember you don't need to copy the same color. You can use the other color also. If you feel like the color that I'm giving you is different from the one that you think is the one. Okay, so it is up to you. Not that I'm saying that use the color that I have selected. You can use any different color. So I think I put one extra there. This is my color, and you can see that is the ink color. That is the black color that you are using. And let me use one other muted, slightly changed color. Remember, don't worry about that one. Okay, let me start with the color that I have taken care. I have to carefully write that those color six letters must be there. So 6, 7, and 8, 0. Hopefully that is 6 color. Okay, you can see that. You can just keep the mouse here and you get. If you have other color, please use that color. I will be using them as my variable, and let me use the blue color, and I will use the color again 6 hexadecimal code that we are supposed to type 173A 78 as your color. Put that. Okay, so this is your blue color. Okay, you can change it naturally. And what else? We have gold color. Now if you wonder from where am I getting it, I have done this part here. So there are some gold colors here and there, some blue colors here and there. I've just taken the different colors that may be required in the code there. So I'm just using them here. So let's start with the D6, B4, 4C. This is gold. Okay, did I get to the gold? The variable gold. Okay, 6 stage. This one, 2. Okay, that's all. Mr. The golden blue. That's a gold. I think I will have one more blue here. The second blue. There are two blue colors are there. Blue dash 2 colon, and I'm going to use a slightly different color as 0F 2B 5C. One color, slightly different color, and gold is already there, and the color of the paper that uh, should appear, that is a printable color. This will be the white color, so you can just use white, but let's go with the one 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, that's white, permanent white that you're going to get it. Okay. Next one is for the border. So I'm going to say border. This is the border color, and I'm going to use A9. You can use a different color again, B2, C2. This is the color that I feel is the border color. You can change it if you feel like that's not the color. Then for the grid, that is the one that will appear here. The all the not the one. Let me show you this. All the grid color. These grid colors. So this is the light color that I'm trying to use. The grid color, and this is going to be C7, CE, and D. You can use a different color if you feel like that. With that, uh, I have created a few variables which I'm going to use it there. Now let me use the globally. So for this global, I'm going to use box size, box sizing, and I'm going to use the border box. So this is globally. And for the HTML, I'm slightly giving some format. Okay. For the HTML as well as the body. So two colors that I'm going to use. I will use the height of it. Now this is the height is 100%. Okay, so let it take the full height. Okay, let's come to the body now. We will fix the body. This is the for both of them, HTML and that. For the body alone, again I'm going to use a few extra thing there. First is the margin. I will set the margin as 0. That means I don't want any margins for the body. And then I'm going to use the font. If you notice that the font, I'm going to use the 14 pixel by the line height. Okay, line height I'm going to take it as 1.35. So the 14 pixel is my font size and the line size will be this one. Then I'm going to use a few fonts here. Now if you notice over the thing over here, some fonts have the sans serif and sans are there. So both are there. Somewhere you get the sans serif fonts and the other places, let me go to here itself. Some of them have the serifs and some of them don't have the serif. So I will use that the body has a serif, and wherever the serifs are not there, you can just go here and change it. The one font that I like to use, you can again change it, is the Georgian. Okay. And the other one which you're all familiar is Times New Roman. Okay, so Times New Roman, which you are familiar with that. Okay, this is the one. And as I told you, you have this serif, so that everything is done with that. And let's go to the color. Now the color that I'm going to use is the color of the ink, so that whatever that comes there. So I'm going to use the variable, and I'm going to use the color of the ink as my color. Remember, ink I have already defined here. This is the ink that I'm going to use. And if you feel like that is not the color, go there and then change the ink, and it is all done. And I think I should have used the background also as a, anyway, I will use the background color. And let me say this is one time I'm using it. So just this EF2. I think I should have created a variable for this also. Let it be. What to do. Okay, this is white color that we are familiar. So slightly grayish white. So you slight color, not exactly white. So like a gray color thing is there. Okay, done with it. Let's with that I'm going to just save it, and I'm going to connect it to my HTML over here. So let me go to my HTML part here, and I'm going to connect the CSS to my HTML. I'll go to the After my title, I'm going to use a link here. So link, and I'm going to say the relationship is rel link. What is this line? Link. Okay, the relationship is it is a style sheet. Okay. Mm, is it coming? Style sheet. Okay, it is not happy with the. Okay, this is the style sheet. That's a relationship. Oh, my spelling is proper. STILE sheet. Okay, and I'm going to use the xrep, and I will put control space and ex4.css. So let me slash and just put it over here. So save it, and save this CSS also, and let me go here to my page over here and just refresh it, and you notice that a few things have changed. The background slightly has changed. You can notice that it was perfectly white. Now this you can notice that its background is white, so it has come like that, and things are coming slightly good, not exactly. Let us go back and let's fix the other styles. Okay, so let's go, and we have to fix a few CSS. It's not over, and we have done only the body. And now let us look at what we can do with the HTML part over here. So the main document, the one that we are talking about, this is, let me go over here. This main that I've been talking about, this is the main part of the document. Okay, I'll call this as the my page. Okay, so I'm going to use a class, and I'm going to call this as my main page. That's a page in which the whole document has to be shown. So where is this? So this is the whole page that I'm talking about. So let me fix a few properties for this one. So I've taken the class as a page. So let me use a dot page, and let me go ahead and let me put few properties for that page. First of all, let me put the padding. Okay, so let me put the padding. Remember, this is the top padding, 24 pixel. Okay. Left and right 14 pixel, and bottom is 40 pixel. Now this is a try tested one. So if you are wondering how come you are getting all these things, I try tested it because you know very well I'm already running on that this one. So this is the try tested one that is working out. Maybe in my throat, the one that I've tried tested, you can use it for that. Let me use the display because as a grid. Now remember, we are not using flex this time because we want it in the grid, that is rows and column. You notice very well the things are coming in rows and columns. So our next option is to go with the grid itself. So let's go with the grid, and then let me place the item. So I will place the items here. The first one I will start from the top. So I will say start, START, start. Okay, and horizontally I'm going to place it at the center. So place item at the start and center. That means start from the top, and within every row place it at the center. So that is it. So you go from the top to bottom, and within every row it is should be at the center. So that is the idea of that. With that, let's go and let's look at how it's going to look like. You see there, you put it at the top and place everything at the center. So this is how you're going to get it. Now let's fix a few other property. Now the next one that we are going to do is we are going to fix the header section over here. So let's concentrate more on the header now. So we will talk about the header, and within the header we have the what we have here. There is a header part. So within the header we have selected this. So this section, let's look at this section, and I will call this the one sheet of that page. Now one sheet will listen one section of that page. You can call it as section, I will call it as a sheet. So let me put a class for this nothing. Let me call it as a sheet. Okay. Now I need to, the first one is if you look at the, what is it? Okay. You need to put this thing in the blue color. Okay, so full the blue colored border. Now this is the individual pieces in blue color, and this thing will come here. Now this has to come. If you notice the previous case, one is coming here, and the other one is coming at the bottom. Now I have to somehow get them here and get this on the other side. So for that I need some way to fine tune them. So I'm going to use the class as a sheet there. So let me go here and let's fix it with the sheet. Okay, so I'm going to say dot sheet. Okay, dot sheet. Okay, it is there already. Okay. Dot sheet, and let's start with the again. When we talk about the sheet there, let's fix the width of that sheet. Here, when we talk about this, that is it one. Not this. I think this something I clicked on that. That I should not have done. Anyhow, no. We will fix the width of it. Let's go and let's fix the width of it. So the width is. Let's go with the width. I'm going to set the minimum value. So width is minimum of okay 900 pixel. Okay, and this one. So what is the meaning of this is stretch 100%. So it means to say that stretch it to the 100% width, but don't exceed 900 pixel. So that is the meaning of it. Just a minute. Okay, just okay. So that was because of my throat problem. I cannot help myself with the throat. So let's start with the width. So width, I'm going to take the width as the minimum of 900 pixel and stretch it up to 100%. So remember, that means to say that do not exceed the 900%, 900 pixel, and set it to 100%. Let me take the background for my thing, that is the background color, and I'm going to use the my paper for that. So where is the paper? Okay, I will use the paper color, that is a roughly a white color of the paper that I'm using. Let me use the border here, that is 2 pixel. Okay. Let's say solid. This is the border color, and I will use the blue color. You know very well. I'm going to use this slightly darker blue. The reason for that is remember I need this. Where is it from? I need this border. So there will be a border, blue color, dark border will be there for that border also. For this box, that border will be there. Okay. Let's go ahead. The one not the one, the border. You can see that border there. Okay, like the one we can see that slightly darker border is there. So that is the border that I'm talking about. And let's put a box shadow for that so that it looks beautiful. So 0 and 14 pixel. I hope you're familiar with that. I think 40 pixel. And I'm going to use the RGBA function to generate this one. The red, this color I have taken pain to take that this color. So slightly alpha is 0.14, so that it looks slightly transparent. Okay, so you have the one. Okay, so let's save it and let's look at this in action. So let me go here slightly. You may not find any visible here because we have not touched the part over here. Let's go to the next one, next header that we were talking about. So in the header that I was talking about, let me put a class for that. So let me put a class, and I'm going to call this as the header. So because we have to start formatting each and everything now, so let's go ahead with the header formatting. Okay, so we will start with the header. Let me go to the CSS dot. The one that I'm using is HDR. So let's go ahead and let's put the HDR over here. So HDR, okay, done. HDR, and I'm going to say display, and I will use the grid as my option. Display grid, and let's use the grid template, okay, for the columns. So I will say that there are two columns will be there. The first column is 132 pixel. Okay. Other column will occupy the remaining one. Okay, so that is it. The first column only, and there is no gap between them. So let's go with the gap. Gap is 0. So that means to say that there won't be any gap with them. And the next one is the alignment. Align the item, and I want them to be stretched. So stretch this item, and let me give the width of it. So width of it will be definitely stretch it to the 100% width. So I have given this one. Let's look at this. I'm going to save it, and let's look at what is the effect. And you see this is going to come. Now the things are not proper, but you get something over here. Now this piece has to come here. The other piece has to go to the other side. So let's fix that part now. So let's go with the other one. That's why I told you that I'm going to take different option there. So let's take about the left and the center part there. So we are going to go with the left and the center part. On the left hand side, we are getting an image. Remember, this image must come on the left hand side, which is already there, and the other part must go to the remaining part. So let's take care of the left part now. So I'm going to go over here to the image, and I have the div here. The reason why I put it on the div is I'm going to put the format here. I'm going to use the class, and I'm going to say header underscore left. So this is the my left header. So header left, just copy it, and let's go to the CSS. Let's save it, and let's go to the CSS, and let's say dot the header. Done. And now let's look at what we can do with the left hand side. Okay, again, we want to display it in the grid format. So display in the grid. Okay, we want to get it in the grid. Done. And what else we have? Place items again at the center of this one. I don't want to place item at uh, the center is not coming there. Okay, let me put the center. Let's see whether it takes it or not. I don't want it to be stretched because that won't look nice. Okay. Let me put the background. Now the background, I'm going to use the blue color. So that's why I use the variable, and I'm going to use the first blue color. Now if you feel like that is not the color, just change the color at the top and it will be there. Let's say minimum width. Okay. And I'm going to say minimum is 0. So that means it won't appear. Align, okay, align self. So I'm going to say stretched. Now alignment, I'm going to use it as a stretched bar. And let me use the padding. So because I don't want it to touch the whole thing, so I will use the, remember this part is not really required, but I feel like the given one, they have the top and bottom slight the stretch was there. This light 110 pixel was there here at the top and bottom, and it is up to you if you don't want to pad it. It is not that what is this? I have written pad. I have written padding. Sorry, padding, and 10 pixel and 0. The reason why I'm getting one mic, again my throat is down, as well as that mic is giving some problem to me. That is why I don't know whether it is recording or not, the voice is recorded or not. Okay. So in any case, Let's go with the border 2 pixel solid, and I will use the like the previous one. I'm going to use a dark blue as my border, and border on the right hand side I don't want to get any border, so let's say border on the right hand side, border right, not reduce, 0. Done with it. So let's go ahead. Let me see this in action. I'll just save it, I suppose. Let me see it in action. Okay, so you got something you are not getting. See, the 10 pixel, that is what I told you. If you don't feel like 10 pixel, remove that padding. Okay, so up to you. So I felt that there something is there. Okay, so that is fine. Okay, up to you. Okay, not that it's a real required. Now this I have to pull it over here. This thing I have to pull it over here. So let's go ahead and let's do that part. So I will go to the next part there. So my first part is over with respect to the image. Let's go to the center now. So SDR center is here. So this is the one. I will take the class as SDR center. So HDR underscore center, CNTER. So let's go with the SDR center. And I'm going to go to my CSS and let's create a class dot SDR center, I think. Okay, instead of this, I can touch the individual one. Okay, but anyway, let's start with the few things over here. First of all, minimum width. Let's go with the minimum width 0. Done with it. Display type is grid, okay, as usual, because we want to get it in grid. And what else? Justify the items. Justify the items within this one, and I want them to be stretched. So done. And align self, again, align self again to the stretch. The problem with that is actually I'm not getting this part. This is actually stretched one. This part is the text that you see is actually stretched, but I've set both of them as stretched, but I was not able to get the stretched part. Okay, what to do? Okay, so let me just save it and let's see whether we are in any good position to do anything. So nothing has happened. SDR center is done. Let's fix the image now. So I feel like the image which where is that thing on? Image which is there is a slightly larger image. Let me just fix the image. I'm going to go and fix the image here, and I'm going to say the logo image for my image which I'm using there. Let me use a class. So image here. Let me use a class, and I'm going to say this is logo underscore ing, logo image. Let me just copy it and then take it to the other side. Control C to copy and take it to the CSS, and let me just paste it over here. Okay. Again, I'm not very sure whether the audio is getting recorded or not, because I am getting one beep the speaker. Anyhow, let me see whether the things are working. Let me fix the width as 120 pixel and height also as 120 pixel. Okay, done. And what else? Display as a block. Okay, so I want it to be as a block because I don't want anything to come in on top of it. So let's go ahead and let's fix this. Let me save this one also. Control S to save it. And let me go here, and now you see because I said it is a block, now this thing will come on top of it. So now it is coming on the other side. Last time I said to display was actually the property was it was coming on top. Now I said it is a block, and I'm getting it on block. Again, it's up to you. If you want to put the padding, you can use the padding, or if you don't want the padding, you remove the padding and it will come as the full stretched image, because what was given over here was having a padding here. That is why I have pulled out there. Now let's fix these individual one after the other. So we will go with the this the brand that we have. This is our college brand that we are going to show. The full band of thing has to be shown on with some properties. So let's fix that one. I'm going to go here. So this one, let me put a class for this. So CLASS class, and I'm going to say header underscore band. So this is going to be the header band. Let me just copy this and Control C from here, and dot this one, and let's fix it. Okay, done. Let's go to the header band. We have to do a lot of work over here. So let's first fix the background for this one. First thing is we have to set the background. So let's go with the background. So I'm going to say background, and I'm going to use the blue color. A blue color, you know very well, background is blue. For that, background is blue. And what else you have? The foreground is the color. So let me go with the color, and the color, I think I will select FFF, all F, done. That's a white color. And what else you have? Let's put some padding again. P just okay, padding. How much padding you will have? Okay, so let's say 12 pixel on the top, and 14 the other side. Okay, so we have the padding. Okay. Let's go with the border. Again, the border is common one for everything. Border 2 pixel, same thing, solid. You can copy paste it. The last one that I have created. This is the blue 2. So this is, you are all familiar with that. Okay. Now border for the left side, because we don't want border to the left side, is 0 pixel. Okay, so we have 0 there, and what else? Width 100%. We want it to be width, and text align, and let's go with the text align. Now there's going to be a text there, so text align at the center. So done. And what else we want? Height also we will fix as 100%. Width and height both are 100%. And display, I'm going to use a flexer in this case. Okay, display flex, because I want it to be come in that. Okay, flex direction is column wise. So put it one column at a time, and I will go with the column flex, okay, direction. And I'm going to use the justify. Okay, justify the content, and I'm going to use space evenly. Okay. So this I'm doing it because I feel like the one that is given, the space is justified. It is justified to a very great extent. Okay, but I have not seen that in the actual coding. But this is the one that I'm using. And let me put the gap as 2 pixels. Done. With that, I think I have done with the one. Okay. Let's see, and let's go to the here, and to see that okay, now it is coming. Slightly it is coming. Okay, but you notice that it's not coming in my case. It was not coming the justified one. Maybe the text itself is small. Now let's start with the individual one. Now we have to fix the school name and the address of the school and so on and so forth. So let's go with the individual part, that is we're going to fix the school name. Okay. Let's go to the school name here. I'm going to go with the school name here, and let's go here, and I'm going to say I will put a class here, class, and I'm going to say SDR. This is the school, so this will be my class, and we will fix the one row at a time. We'll go back. Let me save it, and we will go back to our content here, and let's start with the school. That is the name of the school. Let's start with the font. We're going to use the font there. Generally, I've already specified the font. Okay, I'm going to use the font as system UI. So system, whichever system is using system UI, and that's one SYSTEM system. Okay, and I'm going to use UI. UI is the my second font, and maybe Arial and sans serif. Let me just use sans serif. Okay, done. Let me give a font weight so that it looks bold enough to be seen. Okay, so then letter spacing. So let's go with the letter spacing. Now I have given 1.2 pixel. If you want to get more spacing between the letters, you can do that thing. Then let's say font size. Okay, so I'm taking 26 pixel. If you want, you can take slightly larger than this. And let's say text transformation. If it is typed in small case, I want it to convert into uppercase. If it is typed in the smaller case, also let it show in the uppercase. So I'm giving some text transformation even for that one. Let's save it and let's look at the first part. Okay. So you notice the thing over here. Did I saved it? HDR school is saved, and also saved. Not visibly, it has not come anything. It has not shown anything to me. If I compare it with the reason is if I compare it with this is how it should have come. Let me just fix that problem. So what is the problem? I think the problem is with the previous one. It's actually not taken the full thing. Let me just see what was the problem. And the problem is I have not put a dot here. Sorry. Okay, that was a class. Previously I put a dot. I think now it has come. Okay, I have not put a dot there. Okay, so it's come there. Now, if you look at here, the one that they have given, this is serif. Okay, I have used sans serif because remember there is nothing called 100% copying from them. I feel this is again up to you. I feel like let the sans serif be there. It looks beautiful. And this is what I feel, but my taste is different from your taste. In that case, you may say that no, I want to then change the font also. You change the font, and you'll be happy with the what you wanted to achieve. Let's fix the address now. Okay, let's fix this address part there. And what you see in this address again, it must come in capital. So that's the only thing that you're going to take care for the address. So let's take with the address of the school. So where is the address? Santosh Nagar. So let's go with the address. So let's go with the class, and I'm going to say hdr underscore address. Okay, so this is the address. Let me take it, control C, save it, and let me go back and dot, and I'm going to just paste it. Okay, save it. Okay, done. Let's look at what we can do with the address part. Remember, there's nothing much to be done. We will fix some margin for the address. There's not to be done much over here. So let's fix the margin for the top, and 0. So we want anything to be related from letter spacing, and if you want, remember I have put the letter spacing 1.2. You can carry on with the 1.2 if you want the letter to come very close, because the 1.2 may be too much. So let the spacing between the letter be slightly smaller than the one. Let's go with the font weight. What is it? Font, not the font weight, the font size. Let's go, and maybe 14 pixel. Remember, in the previous case I gave the font size is 26 because it's a heading. It is slightly smaller than that. Okay, let's go with the opacity slightly less opaque. Okay, that is slightly transparent. Okay, and let me go with the text transformation again. This is not really, the opacity is not really required, but maybe if you like, you can make it slightly the one. Okay, just save it, and let's go and let's look at the one. Okay, so you have it here. So you notice that. Okay, and the next one will be slightly still smaller than that. Done. Let's go ahead and let's fix the other part over here. And what is that we are supposed to do with the other part? Okay, so this is the established year of establishment. So you can go here, and I'm going to say class, and hdr, what you say, okay, established, est, I think esta, okay, established, hdr, control C from here, just save it, and save both of them. Remember, save both the files, dot established. Okay, and let's go ahead and let's fix the established part. Okay, again, I think I will copy this whole thing, almost the same. There's nothing much to be done. Top margin, let it be same thing. The letter spacing slightly more, I'm going to put 8 pixel, and font size, let's smaller than the previous one. If you notice, this one is still smaller. So done with that. Okay, still slightly transparent. Okay, done. And the color, done with that, done with this one. Okay, so let's see how it's going to look like. And it's already taken it up. So control yes, and I think it has already taken it up. So you see this is slightly smaller than the previous one. Okay, so this is how it is going to look like. Okay, done with the thing. I think I missed the color. See whether that color was there. Yeah, that color is there. So let's fix the color. Maybe I'm going to go with the color. So what is the color? Color color is we have the gold color there, so I have set the color gold. So this is it, gold color. Let's save it and just see whether it's coming in the gold color again. Some of you will say that is not coming in gold. If you I am colorblind, so kindly excuse me. So that if it is not gold, you change the original color here. You have to just change it here. That's why I gave you the color right at the top. If you feel that that is not gold, it is a yellow, it is pink or red or anything color of your choice, you just change it. Okay, let's go to the other part over here, and this is the part is it done, and this is the affiliation to CBSE New Delhi and so on and so forth. So this is the next part, affiliation part. So let's fix the affiliation there. So we have to put the affiliation, and I'm going to put the class as class the HDR header and affiliation AFF affiliation. Okay, so that is it, affiliation. Let me just copy it, Control C from here. Go back with the dot and this done. Okay, and let's go to the affiliation part, and affiliation, a few things has to be done. I'm going to just copy this one because all the things almost the same. The color is there. Let me just put it, the color is there. Okay. Font, just which let's look at the font. I think we are having a different font there. Is, let it be the same font. Okay, so I think I've set the font right at the top. If your font, if I not set I'm going to use the same font. We will not copy paste it. If it is required, you just put it. Top margin letter font is this one. Okay, done. Okay, font family. I have. I think I have. I think the one that I have used is the font. Okay, sorry about that. Font is not that one. It is. It should have been font family. That's why it is not taking it up. Font family. Just make it as font family. It's good that I started copy pasting it. Just make the change here. This is font family, not the font is a different story. I need to change it as where did I copy that to? Font family. Okay, somewhere else did I do the mistake? Next time, so did I put the font family before also? Where I use this one. Font Georgia. Okay. This was correct. Okay, there is no problem. Let me just fix it and just see what is the result. That font family I run, okay, the one that I'm changing it now. Okay. Now I feel like the one that was previously was good. This is because I used the see. I feel like if you are using serif font, it looks great, even though uh, the one that is given over here sans serif. I feel like you use serif fonts because if you have observed it, the minute I just change this one, it looks for me it looks odd. Okay, but I don't know. If you have this no yes with the curvature, it looks beautiful. Okay, this is what I feel, but then people have their own vision, and this is what I told you. The one thing that I was not able to achieve is even though I put all the stretch here. One, I would like to apologize for this particular thing. Where is that thing? See, when I used this one, I said to justify it thing, and everywhere I used stretch here. Right at the top, I said stretch it, but it is not doing that stretching part. It is not doing anything. Okay, I said you justify it evenly spacing. It didn't do anything. But I don't know. When I left it, let it come. That's enough. Okay. So with this affiliation, let me look at the affiliation. story. Let me, it is not over, my affiliation story is not over, I was in between. So this is the font, and let if you look at this one, and this should slightly come in bold. Okay, so if you look at it here, in this case I think I have not put the color there. The color was there. Okay, this it should come in slightly bold. Let me fix that part there. Okay, so let's go here. Font size, if you want to put the font size, should I put the font size? Instead of font size, I can go with the font weight. Font size 12, let it be 12 only. What I can do. Font weight, let's go with the font weight. Okay, the like the one, I want it to be slightly. No, I think I will go with the preview here. Where did that preview went to? Not this one. You can see the preview of that. There's a preview of that. Okay, so you see that it's coming like this. Okay, I think it is good. I feel like again, if I open it up, I won't get the space. Let me switch between them, and let's see whether I'm able to get it. Slightly bold. You see that I think it looks beautiful. And align. Let me just put the alignment. Did I put the alignment? Alignment was there previously. Alignment at the center. Okay, I think I don't need. Let's go with the text alignment first. Let me fix the text alignment. Text alignment, and let me go with the center. Okay, done. And letter spacing, I'm going to just use 0.4. So I don't think so. Opacity is required. Okay, let's see whether slightly expanded. If you still expand it, it looks odd. Okay, so you make more spaces between them, it looks slightly odd. I think that is enough with our header section. Okay, so that's it. Again, it's up to you. You change the color, font, and other things. There is nobody says that it should come like this. That is a sample that they have given, but I feel the you should use the serifs to make it look beautiful. I feel like this is, it comes like a plain text as a heading, but this is what is like. Okay, we won't get whatever you wish for. Let us start with the remaining part. So we have completed the first part, that is with all the struggle that we have done, we were able to only achieve this part. Let's put this title. Okay, so let's go with the title part now. We are going to take one more section here. So this is our section, and let me use the class for this one as because I'm going to flip what is this class. Let me just first fix the section. Where am I typing? That is what I was also thinking. I should type it in HTML. Okay, that is what I was also thinking. What is this happening? Section, and my class is title. Okay. So I'm going to format it. That's why I put the class there. Okay. There are two parts which are there here. One is I think the one with this part. Where is it gone? Secondary school certificate. Okay, I'm going to just copy that one. Control C. You have to type it technically. So let me just type it here. And the next one inside that section, there are two parts are there. The other one is just a paragraph. I'm going to use the paragraph, and the one I'm just copy pasting. Sorry, it is a bit annoying that this person is cheating in between. Assume that I've typed it. Okay, so just let's fix the title now. I'm going to go with the I'm going to just copy that title because my spelling, very well, I'm very weak in English, so my spelling may not be that correct. Okay, the spelling must match, otherwise, very well what is going to happen. So let's go with the title, and I will set the margin for this one. So let's set the margin. There is no margin. We set the margin and say that there is no margin. And the text align. You want everything at the center. Okay, done. Done. Let me just save it, and let me show you how is it going to look like. In your case, this is not the way it should have come, not in this color, and you know very well the color that it expects us to come is in this one. So let's fix that one. I'm going to go and I will say that the title dot title, and the title contains h1 is it not. Let me fix the h1 inside this title. So inside this title there is h1, so I'm fixing that the h1 inside that. Again, I'm going to set the margin as 0. Let me go ahead and what else I can do. Font size, slightly font size, okay, let's say 18 pixel, just slightly better than that. Letter spacing, if you look at here, there is a extra spacing. You see between the letter there are a lot of spaces are there, so we're going to fix that one. If you notice now there is no spacing between the letter. Let's fix that letter spacing there. So letter spacing, how much we can think of doing. I'm going to go with above 1, so I will say this is 1.4 pixel, 2.4 pixel, so more than the previous one. Color, and you know very well, color is gold. Again, because I'm color blind, I'm going to use the variable and I'm going to select the color as gold. Okay, if you have if you know that gold is something different, you can use it. And again, I'm going to go with the text transformation, and I will say it should be the uppercase. Okay, I won't go with the capitalization, just the uppercase. So done. Okay, done. Save it and just see whether we are getting it done with the thing. I think I feel like there is a margin that is required. So let me go here and fix this margin. That margin I don't think it will fit. Okay, I will give some margin. Let's see, 16 pixel, not 0, 16 pixel on the top, 0 on left and right, and maybe 14 pixel at the bottom. Let's save it and let's see. Okay, it has come. It's slightly it has come here. And let's look at that. Are they there inside the name? And I'm not getting it in the expected style. I'm not getting this one. That white color has not come. Let me fix this one and I'm going to come back to that. That white color has not come here. The page is not coming there. Let me fix that story. Did I put the dot there for the page? Let me just go here. I have a good habit of not putting dot. It's not come. Let me see. See whether I can fix that problem later. Let's go with the paragraph which is there, the paragraph tag which is there inside this title. Let's fix that one. Okay, I'm going to say dot title, and the paragraph which is there inside the title, I'm going to fix it. Okay, let me fix the margin. A slight, I'm going to give the top margin, so 6 pixel for the top margin, and I don't want any on the other margins are not really matter to me. Let's go with the color. Okay, color. Let's look at the color there. This color is slightly different one, so that's why I said the muted color. So I set the one color there, and I have selected it as muted color. Done. Font family, I'm going to use the font family here. I will use this Arial. My spellings are proper, I suppose. I will use the same thing, font family. I'll copy paste it, otherwise it will take longer time. Okay. Font size 12. If I have it to font size, I'm not going to type it because it's taking, I think it's taking slightly longer time. 12 pixel, because we have to, a lot of things to be done. Okay. So you have this thing. Is it coming like that? Okay, it's coming like this. Okay, done. Okay. Now there is one minor problem, that is not getting the white color page. Okay, let's see. So the problem that is there is this section. So I think that this section that we are talking about is a whole document, and everything must come within this section and section. Okay, so that's the reason. To look at here, this whole thing, including the second section, must come under the one. So if I do that, you notice that the white color, this white color background that we were talking about has to come. Now the problem is there is no space here at the top side. Let us look at what is that problem. I think I've set the margin as 0. So let's look at that part there. And I was not able to fix that problem. Let me continue with the other part. Let's see whether I can fix it at the end. So let us look at the remaining part, and what is that we are supposed to do. We are supposed to create this information about the student with the photographs. So let's go ahead and let's create that part there. So I'm going to create a section that will do the needful thing. So I'm going to start with the section, and close it, this section, and I'm going to use a table for putting everything into that. So table, let me give the table body. So let me go with the body, and because I don't have any header here, because if you look at the table, there is no header. Here you have the header section. There is no header here on the this table. So let's go with the body part now. What are the things which are there in the body? We will start with the TR, and we will have the first one. The first column is student name. Okay, I have taken the data that we are going to put in front of it is a PET, and we are going to say this is in China. Okay, some sample name is being taken up. So let's look at that one in our case. So student name is in China. Now, if you notice that this one is slightly grayed, and the other one is slightly different. So let me fix those things there. Okay, so for every row, the student name is slightly a different color. So let me fix that thing over here, okay, so that it is easy. Otherwise, For every row I have to put that setting there. So I'm going to go here to my thing, and I'm going to fix the scope of this as a row. So this is one row, the other row, and so on and so forth. The reason why I'm doing it is it will help you with that. If you don't feel like putting it, you can do that thing. So because just for the sake of completion, I'm saying that scope of it is it will be a row. This will help the search engine in figuring out, not this one, sorry, not the tr, the th, th, the scope of it is it's for the row. It's as simple as that. This is not really required, but if you feel like you can do that thing, yeah, you can leave it. If you feel like I'm not going to use that, you can use it. So let's go with the second one. I'm going to go with the second. I've just formatted the document because so that it looks beautiful. Right click and just say format the document, and it will look nice. The second one is let's look at what is there in the second row. Second row we have roll number. Where is that thing on? Okay. Second one is a roll number. So we'll just take this one, and I'm going to say this is roll number. Okay. I can give some roll number. What is the roll number that I typed here? I will just copy it, assuming that this is the row number. Done. The next row, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. What you have next? Let's look at the next one. Date of birth. See, I'm copying it because it is much easier for me to rather to struggle with typing this whole thing. And what I have is this. I'm just copy pasting it. You have to just type it. Control V. Then Control C, Control V. Next row. What is there in the next row is let's look at what is there in the next row. School. Control C, and school. Let's see. Control C. I'm putting one row. That's it. One row contains two columns. Control C, and I'm making a copy of this row. I'm just making a copy of this previous row, and I'm putting the values into that. So it is simple as that. Board is this one. This is board, and in front of this board we have CBSE New Delhi. Then Control C to copy and Control V to paste. Academic year. And academic year. We're done. Academic year is done. Then class 10th standard. Okay. Control C to copy that row. Control V to paste. And what you have is class and class. And 10th standard. Done. Save it, and let's look at how it's going to appear in our case. So this is what it is going to appear. We will fix them one after the other. So we will fix the color for that. And before that, let's look at this one. So let's look at the other part. So this is our table is over. So we have fixed the entire table. Let's go with the figure. After this, we're going to go with the figure. So let's go here, and we'll just say figure. If my table is over, the table is not over. Okay, let me see. No, it is because of the color. I'm getting confused. Figure, figure, and that figure. I'm going to use a div here for my work, and within that div, I'm going to use a image img. Okay. src is the student photo that I have it here, and I'm going to use the alt text saying that this is okay, student photo, student photo, done. Okay, so this is what you have it there, and we need to definitely now fix them. We have to get them floating onto the other side. So let's start with the some CSS magic so that we can get it onto the other side. So we will start with the individual section. So I'm going to start with the section itself. So this is my section from where I started everything. So this is my section where the whole thing started. So within this section, I'm going to call this one. This is the top grid. So I'm going to call this one as top grid. Okay, so that's the starting point. So this is the top grid, and there is one other in between. So let's go and let's fix the top grid dot and let's fix the top grid and what we have in the top grid. So let's start with the top grid. Again, we will start with the display type. Display is grid. You want them in the grid itself. Next part, grid template, because we want to have the columns. So the first column is a freely available column. The next one I'm going to fix it for 190 pixel. So done with it, and let's put a gap in between. The reason for here is there is a small gap in between. You notice here there is a gap. Okay, so let's fix that gap there. So let's go, and I'm going to say the gap is say let's say 16 pixel. You're done. And what else you have? Align the item to the left hand side. So we will go with mm, the grid starting from the top. We will start, okay. And the alignment is as usual. So we don't want them to come in the center and other things. So it's going to align the item with that. So you save it. You save this one. See the effect. Okay, so you got few things here and there. Okay, we will fix it. No problem. It's going beyond the. Let me see what is the problem. Let's see. It went beyond. We will fix one after the other. So there is no need to panic as such. And what is the next thing? What are the next thing? We have selected that thing over here. And let's start with the table. Now we are going to go with the table, and we are going to fix something with that table itself. So we are going to call this is the one that is going to give me the information of the student. If you want, again, this is optional. Okay, if you want, you can say area, and because you are studying this, some people will say that you are not put the label for that. This is absolutely, I don't say absolutely, but it is not really required, but I'm going to say this is student information. Okay, area label. Okay, I told you about the area previously. So let's fix this info now. I'm going to go with the info. And what are the things that we must fix for the info? Okay, so let's go with the info. Let's say width is 100%. Done for this one. I'm going to set the border collapse. Okay, so let's look at that property. Where we have border dash collapse. Okay, and I'm going to say collapse the border. Okay, so and I'm going to say border now. I will set the border. Let's start with the 2 pixel border, 2 pixel border, and as usual solid. I think I can copy paste it. Solid, and the color is the that of the border. So done. And the font family, we are going to use font family, and this time I will use Georgia. I think I somewhere I have it there, so I will use Georgia. Georgia times number times answer if. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay. I will not use this answer if. This will be contradicting the thing. Okay, so done. Done with it. So let's look at how it is proper. Saved it, and let's look at how the things are appearing. Okay, it is coming slightly. It is coming here. That event just not taken. Let's see. Is there any problem? Okay, let's start with the next part. And we are going to fix a few things over here, and that is with respect to the table header series th and td, which are inside the info. So inside info we have th and td. Let us fix the property for that. So I'm going to start with the info, and I have this th, not rh, th, and next one, let me just put this one, info td. Okay, for both I'm setting it. Okay, for both of them I'm setting the property. Let's fix the border. Okay, so I'm going to say border 1 pixel is solid, and the border color is I'm going to use the var, and I'm going to use the border color. Done. Okay, padding, I'm going to use the padding here, and my padding will be 8 pixel, let's say, and 10 pixel. So 8 pixel top right and 10 pixel on the other side. I will say vertical alignment at the top. So let it align at the top. So let's look at this one. It is not complete, so we got something like this. Okay, and it is coming on the other side. I don't know why. Let me see whether I can fix that also. And now with the th, this is common for th, but for th we have some extra things to be done. If you look at this th, there is some color, background color and other things. So th, and it is slightly bold and so on. So let's fix that th now. So it's not properly done. So let's go with the th. So where is this th? So I'm going to say info dot th. So this is specific for that was common for both of them. Now this is specific width. I'm going to set the width as 40 pixel. Okay, so not 40 pixel, 40%. Let's say. And the text align, I'm going to say this is left aligned. Okay, done. Let it align on the left. Font family, So I'm going to use the font family which was here. Let me not use this. Okay. That is sans serif. I'm going to use the sans serif. And font size. Let's say font size. How much? Let's say 12 pixel. And what else you have? Letter spacing. Let it be 0.25. Slightly spacing. Let me put it. Color. Let's go with the color. Again, I have the color for the thing. So I will say color var, and I will take blue to slightly dark blue color. Okay. And background. So let's say with the background. And the background is I'm going to use the hexa color F6. This is something slightly. I use the thing to get to that. It's like this one. Okay, so let's look at this color. With this color, how it is going to look like. Okay, so that is done. So we can save this one, not really required. So is it going like this? Where is my border gone? Hmm. Did I forgot to put the border for my this? Let's look at the border. I'm going to go with the border. I said 2 pixel solid border. It has not taken for that info. It's not taken the border for the other side. For TH it took the border. Oh, I think I forgot to put a dot here. Please put the dot here. This is a dot. Please over here at this point. I just forgot to put the dot there. Okay, so let's fix it. And let's see what the. Okay, now that border. It has come there. Okay, so beautifully it has come. Let's look at the other part there, and that other part happens to be regarding the photo. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do the photo part there. So I'm going to go with the photo which is there. That is the figure that we are using there. So what we can do with the figure. So let's first of all let me give a class for that. So that let's say class. Let me call it as photo. Okay. And again, if you are really interested, you can give the area label. Now this is not it may look like a nuisance, but in some countries they expect you to write that thing there, student photo. They won't accept it if you don't use that thing. So let's go with the photo now. I will go with the photo dot. Let me just copy that word from there. I'm doing it so that I won't make a spelling mistake, so that I don't have to then later struggle to make that thing. So I will set the margin as 0 because I don't want any margin for this photo. Margin as 0, done. And text align at the center. Okay, so where is the text, you may ask. Text will come, don't worry. Let's put the other part. So let's look at the other part. I have not completed the full piece there. So we have the frame here. So where is the thing? We have this is the frame that I'm going to use it. So I'm going to say class, and I'm going to say photo frame. So this is the frame that I'm going to use it. Okay, I'm going to use one other one area. This is you may use this thing Okay, you can use this one just to say hidden, and I'm going to say true. This you are saying that for the reading content, see the screen readers are there. For them, you are just saying that don't read this one. So this information you are saying that this is a photo, don't read it, otherwise they will get stuck there. They will read all this student name, all those things, details, they will read it because the photo, this is a photo. You know very well when it is a photo, they can't read it. So we are just saying that area, we are saying that, okay, this is a hidden. Don't read, don't try to interpret that, and try to read it and then get stuck in between. So this is something we are supposed to do it whenever we are writing a real application. So let's go with this photo frame. I think photo frame, okay, let's put one border for that photo frame. So let's put photo frame, what we can do. Okay. Let's put one border for the photo frame. So we are going to say border. I think I can copy that border anywhere. Should I get it? Border? I'm going to just copy this one border and just paste it because every time writing this will be too much. Okay. Border 2 pixel solid, same story, border 2 pixel solid, and this one. Let's put a padding there. Okay, so padding. Let's say 6 pixel padding. Done. Let me put the background color again. Background we will set as all F. So do you have this all F there? F, white color. So that's it. Okay. If you look at this one now, there is a border. Can you see there is a border? Now things are not fitting properly, but there you see that there was a border. Okay. Let's fix the image itself. Now it's a time that the image is slightly misbehaving. So let's go with the image itself. So we have this image. I'm going to put a class for that so that it fixes there. So I'm going to say class for that image, and I'm going to say photo image. And let me just photo image. I'm going to just copy this and control C from here. Let me put the thing there, dot, and this. Okay, done. Photo image. Did I did something terribly wrong? Okay, let's see. And what are the things that we can do with the image? Okay, so with the image, we will set its width and height so that it won't go beyond that thing. So we will say width is 100%. We want 100% size that was given to it, and the height is automatic. So height is we are going to say auto. What about the display? Now I'm going to say display block. Okay, so this is we are fixing it for that. Okay, let's go with the option. So we got the blocked display. So we got the thing coming here. So I think let me. I'm not happy with the way it is coming up. Okay, let's see. But, anyhow, let's see. We will go. I'm not really happy with the way it came there. Okay, let's look at what else we are supposed to do. We are supposed to put the Synchan ISC, is it not? So let's fix that part of that. So we have not completed it. So we will give the figure caption. We started with the figure. We started with the figure, is it not? So we have the figure and figure, and after that we will give the figure caption. So figure caption. So figure caption. Okay, is it inside the figure or it is actually, it is not called as figure, it's fig caption. Okay, the fig caption, and I'm going to say Sinchana, Sinchana, yes, done, Sinchana, yes. So we are getting Sinchana yesterday. Okay, so can we think of doing something with that Sinchana? Yes. So slightly good looking. So this is no, it is a bit rugged. So let's fix the property of that. And what we can do inside this photo, we have big caption. Yes. Let's fix the property for big caption. So we will say margin at the top, margin at the top. We will fix it as 6 pixel. Done. What else here? Font style. We'll go with italics. Okay, so slightly like that. Font size, I think we can reduce it to 12 pixel. And the color. So color is I will use the muted color. So here is my muted color. Okay, let's see how it's going to look like now. Okay, so Sinchana, yes, just come up to here. So we have come up to this point. Let's look at the other part. Okay, so let's go and let's talk about let's look at this part. So we are supposed to get this part now. So let's go ahead and let's get this part. Okay, done. Let's start with the marks now. So this is our marks section, which contains all the marks and so on and so forth. So let's go with the marks section. I'm going to go with the next section. So this is which section? I must be careful with this section. Otherwise, what is this section? This one was the, what was this section? This section is top grid. Did I put it in wrong? Okay, the last one was this one. Okay, so let's look at the section there. So we have figure, and let's start with the section. So we're going to start with the section. Hopefully, I'm not putting too many section in between. I will just put one dash here so that you know that this is a separate section. Okay, so this is my section, and what is there in this particular section? So first thing, we are going to put one heading here, statement of marks, and so on and so forth. I'm going to use H2 as my heading, so I will say H2 as my heading, statement of marks 2025, and so on and so forth. Okay, then after this we have a table. If you look at here, then we have a table, and we will fix that table now. So after this we will start with a table, and we have the heading section. In this case we have the heading section. Okay, and we will use the marks section. So we are going to say t head. We have the heading section, and we have the rows for the heading. Okay, and we will put the heading there. Okay, serial number, first one, next one subject, and the next one, and so on and so forth. So let's look at that. Subject, Then what else we have? Area. So just put the area. Done. I'm going to paste a few of them so that I can easily copy paste them. Max marks. Next one is marks obtained. Grade. One more is required. What is the where is it gone? Okay, this is it. Remarks. Okay, done with this one. Let's look at how it's going to look like. Okay, it is appearing it thing. Okay, so let's fix that thing. So this is the heading part. Let's look at the body part now. We'll go with the body part. T body, and we're going to go with the first part, TR, first row within the body. Okay, let's start with the serial number TD, and serial number is 1. Serial number is 1. Subject is English. Subject is English. And then we have a row there. Let's look at that. This is the blank row. Then we have this is the blank row. You notice here there is a blank row. Area is blank row. Maximum marks 100. Marks obtained. So we have next one, and that is going to be the maximum marks, which is I think 100. Then the marks obtained, we are putting the actual marks now, 88. What else you have there? And let's look at what else we have. Grade A1. One more is there. I think that is remarks. Okay, excellent. Okay, so this is what you're going to get. Let's look at that. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so this is what this is what we got it. So I'm going to just fix them so that they look neatly. Let's go to the th over here, and I'm going to put to the inline style here because it's going to take a longer time if I set to the style, because there will be too many classes that you need to set. Let me just say style, because I will set only the width here. Okay, width here. The first is 8%. Okay, so this is 8%. You will find that first is 8%. So second one, I will just put this one style for each and every one of them to see. And the second one is this is pre-calculated. Okay, so second one is 28%, and the third one, let's say th style, third one is 14%. I'll copy this one because I'm going to repeat this one. 14%. Next one is also 14%. Next one is also 14%. Next what you have is grade. Okay, so let's grade. Now if you look at this grade is slightly is A1, A2, A3 and so on. So I'm going to just reuse a bit there and make it as 10 because it's just a grade, not 10.04. And the next one is oops. And the next remark is so let's look at the remark. Remark will just make it as 12. So let's look at it. So we got to a certain extent we got it proper. Okay, so we got things coming with that option. So we got everything. Now let's fix these things. Okay, so we have to set this because see for all of them we are going to set it in the same way. Okay, so we will not set different classes for one them because it's going to make the things a bit difficult for us to manage if you start doing that. So under this table we are going to set a few things for our table itself. So let's start with the table itself and see what we can do with the table. Now we need to first of all set the table and then we can think of doing something with them. Okay. Let me first fix the first part over here. Under this table we need the to set them. So let me first fix the table itself and then I can think of putting something with that the other part. Okay, so I'm going to go with the table. That is my table and I'm going to put a class for my table itself. So I'm going to call this class as TBL. So table not done, and let's first fix the table first. We will say what the table will look like and then we can fix the remaining part. So let's go and let's fix the table first and then we can think of doing it for all the remaining things. Okay, so we will go here with the table. Let's go to the table. So dot table dot tbl. So for this table we will set the width as let it occupy 100%. That's it. What else? So border collapse we will set see border collapse border that collapse it collapse. So border collapse is collapse done and let's put the border. I think border we have somewhere we are setting this border for many times. So this I will take this border itself. So I will just fix that border because we have done it many times and I think I will set it as 2 pixels. Rest of the thing is safe. Okay, what is the significance of this? So you got the border. Can you see that you got the border there? Done with the border. Okay, and let's look at the other thing. Let's fix the header and the this one. Within that table. So that TBL. Within that table you have the table header and within that table we have columns. So let's fix them now. Okay. Let's see what we can do with the both of them. So we are going to set the border for them. So border and we will paste it 1 pixel. Same thing what we have done it for the all the other. Let's give the padding for them and I'm going to say padding 2 times it has come. Okay, let's go with the padding. Okay. We will have the padding of 8 pixel for 2 sides. If you want, you can go with the extra padding. We will go with the 8 pixel. Okay, done. What is the visible thing there? So you see the padding has been applied. Done, beautifully done. And what else we can think of doing? So let's fix the, this is enough for us. Let's fix the header part. So under TVL, we have the T head, okay, and we have the H inside that. So let's fix them now. Let's fix the background color for that. So we are going to say background color. So our background is, we will set the color. So let's say F1, F4, F8, slightly different color. Done. And the font size or the font family that we have it here only. So the Arial and Sans serif, we will use this font family. Let's go here and let's use the font family which is already available here. And font size, let's say font size, let's say 12 pixel. And color, let's go with the color. And what is the color that we can think of? Again, this is a pre-calculated color. So 48546F. Okay, so let's look at how it's going to look like. Okay, so you got the color, light blue color, you are going to get it for that. Okay, so light blue color, we are getting it. Okay, now let's come back to the one that I was talking about. Say I gave the C here for them, class C, and I'm going to give the class C for all of them. Okay, for all the others, I'm going to give the for all of them except the this blank one. I will give it this class for all of them. So in this copy is Control C and Control V. Control this I will leave it blank. I'll tell you the reason why I'm leaving it blank is because see there is one this column. Can you see this column? This is something which is different. So I will not touch that column. So that column I won't touch it now. I won't put any the style for that. Okay, for the remaining I'm going to put the styles. Okay, this is C. So this is C. I will let's look at what is this C that we are thinking about. Okay, so this is C. Let's go here. Under TBR, you get dot T. Okay, so this is the color. Let's go with the text align. Text align at the center. Done. What else you want? You want the font family which is available here. So the same font family that we are thinking about using sans serif only. And what else we can have? The font size. Let's say font size. Okay, slightly more 12.5 pixel. Let's save it and let's look at here. So we have this area, in between area, we are not considering it. So let's go ahead and let's fix that area. Remember, this is the one that I have not touched it. Let me give a class for that. So I'm going to say class and I'm going to say call this one as this blank area. So let's say area. So this is going to be blank area. And one thing you will notice here before I proceed, this one is spanning down across the rows. How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is a row span of 7. So I will fix it here itself so that I don't have to bother about that. So I'm going to say row span, row span, and I will give the value as 7. Okay, row span as 7. And what is that they are writing here? So they are writing this one as okay, scholastic area, scholastic, and area will come in the next one. So the one that they are writing here is a scholastic area, and the area must come in the next line, and not this is not the way in which you can get the next line. So the next line you can get it only if you put the break. So we are going to put the break here. We will put a break there so that the area will come in the next line. Okay, so let's save it, and let's look at this area. First we will fix that area there, and then we will look at how it's going to look like. So let's go with the dot tbl, and inside that you have the area. Okay. And let's fix the thing over there. So let's again text align center. We're done. Font weight, we will slightly give a weight so that it looks no, appealing. Let's go with the 700, and let's set the color. We have the fixed color, so let's say 2F, 5B, and 3B is some color is being set up there. And background, let's say background. Okay. We will set the background as F6, FB, F7. So it is set like the last one. A slightly white background. Font family, and I think I'll take steal it from here, and I will take it as 12. Okay. So let's look at the, where is it from? Not this one. So let's look at see that slightly greenish color, and you get the output like this. Let's go ahead and let's fix the remaining part here. So we will fix the remaining part. So let's go ahead, not here. The remaining rows. This is the first row that with all the struggle we got just the first row there, and we will have to struggle a lot to get the remaining rows now. So we are going to go and copy this one, Control C to copy from here this full row, and press enter, Control V to paste it. This is the second row, and second row has a serial number 2. So this is it. And second, let me go here. I'm going to just take it Hindi, Control C for Hindi. Now this row is already spanned. Remember that this row is already spanned. You have already said that it is going to span here. You already said it is going to span. So again and again don't say that. So it is already spanned there. Maximum marks is happens to be 100, and marks obtained is 76. B1 is the grade, and it is good. So maximum marks, this one, B1 is the grade, and I think it is good. Hopefully that is what is there. Okay. Next, let's copy paste it. Mathematics. If you really want to know where is it from, it's going to come like this. Next, mathematics will come. It is going to come one after the other now. So I'm putting one row at a time. So next one, serial number 3. The row is mathematics. Where is it? Mathematics 192. 100 mathematics 100, not 100. This is 92. I think the grade is excellent. Outstanding. A1 outstanding. A1 outstanding. Okay, let me go with the next one. Control C and Control V. Serial number is 4, and we're going to take the science. Obtained is 84. Science obtained is 84. and science 84, very good. A2, very good. A2, very good. Okay, done. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. 5. What else we have? Social science 79 B1, good. Social science 79 B1, good. Okay, so then Control C to copy and Control V to paste. What else we have? Computer science 95 A1, outstanding. Computer science 95 A1, it's very outstanding. Just copy pasting it from there. Control C, Control V. Let's look at the next one. Sanskrit. And what else we have? Sanskrit 71 B2, satisfactory. 71 B2, satisfactory. Okay, done. Let's see what is our status. So we are getting one after the other, we are getting it. Okay, now with this there is going to be a small twist in what we get after this. After this, again we will get the physical education. So let's go with the copy pasting, but there is going to be you notice the second column is varying now. So this is not the same as oh, I did change these numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's look at that one. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now this the next one is slightly different. This is going to be 8 now. 8 is what do we have here? 8 is physical education. Okay, however this column is there. Now in the previous, that 7 span was there from here to here. This 7 span is over. Now this column is should come as it is. So you have to have one TD and TD. So you have to have the TD and TD, and this is co-scholastic area. So co-scholastic area, remember area must come in the next line. So how do you get to the area in the next line? You say BR and put a bracket there. So it will come in the next line. And what are the things which are there? 188 A1, excellent. 188 A1. Let's see whether I have excellent. I will just copy it. A1, excellent. A1, excellent. So let's go ahead and let's look at how it's going to look like. However, it is not coming in the way we expect it to come. So because we have not set the CSS for that. So let's go ahead and let's fix the CSS for this one. So what is this thing? So under this area we have to set one thing there for our scholastic area. So we have to set the area for that. So how can I do that particular thing? Okay. You can set it in many ways you want it. So we are going to go to the what is this our physical education, and we are going to set the co-curricular area for this one. So we are going to say a co-curricular area for this one. So we are going to go here, and we are going to say that we will set the area. Remember the there is a class one. Class is same as the area. So in the previous the class was area here. What was this area? Everything that we have set it for area will come, and we will have some few extra things. So we will have area. So our class will be area, but we will have co-curricular. Okay. Extra thing co area co. So this is co-curricular area. Let me save it. Yes, to save it. Let's come back and let's fix the co-curricular area now. We will fix this co-curricular area. We are going to say this table had the area, and then we had the co-curricular area, co-curricular. Okay, done. We have to only change the color. So we will only change the color here because rest of them is same as the previous one. So we are going to say 7B 4F0C. Okay. So is 7B4F0C, and let's fix the background. And what is the background? We will slightly make it as whitish. So 8FEF, slightly whitish for that. Let's save it, and let's see that we are in a position to get that out. So slightly we are getting it done. Okay, so let's after that we are ready to go, and we are going to copy this control C and control V. Okay, this is 9, this is 9, and what we have, art and craft, art and craft. So physical education 9, art and craft. So how to get to this and now? So there is one other problem that you have this, and how to get it? To get this, and you have to say ampersand, no doubt, and you also say amp and this. So this is ampersand. You can get it directly like this. Okay. The marks obtained, let's look at what is the marks obtained. This is a scholastic area 90 A1 excellent, 90 A1 excellent. So this part is almost the same. Okay, so let's copy it, control C, control V, and this is going to be 10. Okay. Let's look at what is there in the 10. Music, 82. Let's go with the music. This is going to be music 82, 82, and where is it? 82, 82, very good. 82, very good. Just put 82, very good. So, okay, music 82, very good. We got. Now let's go to the other part. What else we are supposed to do it? Now there are small things that you need to take care. And what are these small things? Okay, if you look at these things over here, if you zoom in, you will notice that when it is A1, the color is different. When it is B1, I don't know whether you will be able to see that. So these colors are changing actually. Okay. So you need to take care of that also. So let's look at them here. So where do we change the color? So color changes when it is A1 and B1. So A and B, the colors are different. So when it is A1, if you look at this A1, it is slightly green. Other one, it is slightly brown in color. B, it is slightly brown in color. So we need to fix that thing right from the beginning. So there is one other thing that you need to take care. Okay, so let's start with the first color. And what is our first color? The first color is, let's go at the top, right at the top. This is the first color, A1. So A1, everything is proper, but we need a green color. So we are going to say this is a green color. Okay. Now we will have to go back to our CSS, and we will have to fix for that green color which was there with the thing. So we are going to say the dot green color. What is this dot green color? So let's go with the dot green color. So we will fix the dot green color. Let's say dot green color. And what is this dot green color? Let's say font. Okay, we will give font weight slightly bolder. Okay, 800, not 800 pixels, sorry, 800, and the color. So color. This is the main part. What is the color? 15 D2 15, sorry, 1D. What was the color? 1D5D. I have the color with me. That's why I don't think that okay, suddenly this person is getting all the colors here. No, this person has copied that color and kept it. He's just reading that color. Okay, so this is G. Okay. Let's look at the next one, B color. So this is B now. What to do with the B color? So B, you know very well. This for A, we got the color as this one. With the B, we will get it in 800, but we will change it as the greenish 800, but the color we will set it as B. So let's say B. Instead of say B1, let's say B. Okay. Let's go back and let's be happy with the setting the color for G dot B. So let's go with the G dot B now. So we will go here, G dot B. Okay, done. G dot B color happens to be, let's give the font weight 800. Okay, same thing, but the color is, what is the color? So the color that we can think of using is that is a color. Let's first type the color. We wrote it somewhere. So what was the color? 7B4. This is the color. I just made a note of this color. I know it is very difficult for me to guess the colors. B7. Okay, yeah, 0C. So this is one color. Got it. So this is the color. If you just go here and saved it. Okay, so if you just look at here, should change. Okay, so you see there, you can just make out. You see that the colors are changing. Okay, A1, B1, and you can see the remaining. This side you can notice. So the remaining sides are not changing. This side it has started changing. One after the other, you can think of changing. Okay, so the colors we can think of changing. Okay, then we will fix the colors. One is A, and I think the color is slightly different for A2. Is it same? Okay, I will just use, isn't that these colors are the same for A and B. So wherever that A is there, we will fix the A, and wherever B is there, we are going to fix the B color. So that is what we are going to do from now onwards. So wherever we get A, we will set the color as CG and GB. Okay, so this is slightly more involved. So this is AG, and this is also AG, green color. This is BGB, and this is AG. Sorry, this is AG, and this is AGB. This is ACG, and this is also CG. This is also CG. Okay, I think we got all the colors there. Okay, some colors, yeah, I think you can notice that the colors are changing. Some colors are changing. So okay, done. We are done with this part, and it is not over, and we need a grand total now. So we need to go for the grand total now. So our whole color settings, everything is over. We have copied the whole thing. Now let's go with the footer for our table. So our table will have a footer. Let's go and fix the, after this body we will say table foot. So table footer. Okay. So what are the things which are there? There is going to be one row, definitely. There is a row here. There is a row here, and we start with the grand total. Okay. So let's start with the th now. Th, and th is grand total. Total. Okay, so this is the first part, grand total. And what else we have there? One more th. So let's look at that one there. And this will come in 3 columns. So up to 3 columns it will come. So let me just fix the th here. It will span 3 columns. So I'm going to say column span 3. Okay, it will span 3 columns. Let's go with the next part. What is the next part? Is 1000. So this value okay, 1000. One more th. Let's see what is the next one. Marks obtained. I think this is 845. So this is 845. Done. The next one th. What you have there is a percentage 85%. Now this is actually, you look at here, this is spanning 2 columns. So it is actually 2 columns span. So we will fix that one. So this is a percentage, and I'm going to say column span is 2. Okay. So let's look at the one in action. So what we have it here. That's where is our story. Okay. So we have a grand total, and the grand total is supposed to come on the left hand side. We need some fixation for this grand total also. So we are going to put one styles for this grand total also. Let's go with the class and the table left. Okay, so let's go with that. Control C, and I'm going to go here. Dot table left. Done with that, and let's see what we can do with the table left. So the table left Okay, so we will fix that table left. Now, before we go to the table left, let's get everything which is there in the table, and we will fix for the table itself first. We will not venture into. We'll come back to this one. Before we fix it, there are few things that we have to take care of that row itself. This row itself. So we need a border for that. So let's start with the table. We know that we gave the table the thing there, and in that table we have T4, yes, and we have TH. So these are common for all of them. So I will set it. The background I'm going to set because there must be same background. The background is slightly different. Slight changing background is there. So let's fix the background, and the background that I'm going to go is let's say FB EFC FF. That's the background, and let's use the font family because we must have the same font family throughout. So let's go with the font family. This is common, is done. So that is for the TH. Now let's go with the our left one. So we will go with the .tbl, and we will go with the T foot, okay, and we will go with the T left, left, T left, okay. So there is only left T left. That's the one that I have just put it here. This is the T left that I'm talking about. This is inside the table, inside T foot, and this one. So that's the property that I'm trying to set now. Okay. What are the property? First of all, let's go with the text align. It has to come to the left hand side, text align left. Okay, because grand total, if you notice, the grand total should come on the left hand side. So that is the one. We need to have some padding there. So let's say padding, okay, to the left hand side, padding to the left hand side, padding to the left side, padding to the left. Otherwise, it will just touch that. Just give 10 pixel, let's say, for the left padding. Okay, so slightly, it's not touching. There is small space here. In this area, there is one small space here. So that is 10 pixel is been given there as a padding. Okay, let's go look at the color. So color is we will use the var, and I think I'm going to go with the dark blue. Done. And what else we have? Letter spacing. Let's go with the letter spacing, and how much you can think of 0.2 slight pixel as a letter spacing. So done with it. Okay, let's see what is our status. So you get, okay, letter spacing done with that. Now let's look at the other part. Uh, the one that we are thinking about is the percentage. Remember, it is coming in the middle. Look at the one. It should come on the left hand side. It is coming in the middle now. In our case, it must go to the right hand side. So let's fix that one. We will go to the our table there, and we will give it right there. Okay, so we will give the, that is the percentage. The table left was there plus, and we will set this one as a table right. We'll fix a table right there. So T right. Let's go back to the place where we have stopped, and let's give it the table right some property. So this, I'm going to just copy this whole thing because this is going to be, otherwise I have to type the whole thing. So I'm going to just say T right, T RIGHT key right. So that's the table, right? Okay. So text alignment, you know very well. This is going to be the right side. Okay. Pixel, the color, line spacing. I think letter spacing, is it required? I don't think so. The spacing is required. So let's pull it out. So there is no need for spacing. Let's save it and let's go back and let's go back to our story and let's look at whether we got it. Okay, on the right hand side. Now let's get them in action. The middle one, what we have here, both the middle one, we have not done anything with that middle one. So let's try to fix the middle one there. So that is the story that we have. Okay. The middle one we will fix it as a class C. We are going to give the same class as the previous one. We will give class C for middle one. So these are same as the previous one. With the class C, all the properties of that class C will come here. So these are the common properties for all of them. So with that we have this much done. Okay, so let's go with the next section. So over this part is over. Let's go with the next section. So two things have to come there. Let's go with the next section. So I will go to the section here. I'm going to just bring this section up here. We need a separate section. Just press enter. We need a separate section that will be our bottom section. So let's start with this section. We not search section. Okay. Again, we will put everything in a div so that we have to format it. Remember, I have to place them. There are two tables are there. So you notice that you get to have the two tables, and they have to. Where is it? Two tables are there, and they have to be somehow made appear proper. So let's go ahead and let's do the first table. So I'm going to put a div there, and let's put the table. Okay, table. Again, if you want, you can say area and label. This is and you say that this is the result summary. Not really required, but because you're doing it as a part of the project, you may prefer to use that. Let's start with the table body, t body. So we have no heading there, t body. Okay. What are the things that we have? We have rows as usual. Remember, there is no heading in this case. So if you look at both of them, there are no headings are there. At the top, you don't have a heading like this. You don't have the heading there. So we are not using t head. See, the body is th. We will start with the th there. So let's start with the th. Okay, and what we can think of. Okay, if you want, you just put the scope. Again, not really required. Scope is row. Okay, because you're doing this is as a part of your skill. I'm going to say result. Okay, result. Now next one is TD, the thing there. Okay. And we are going to put something there. Now we need to make this appear slightly to make it appear slightly good. So I'm going to put a span here so that I can put a class for that. Okay, span. The reason why I put a span is I will put it inside this one. Now pass is there. How to get this arrow sign there. Okay, so that is also again a problematic thing. How do you get the right arrow there? So to get the check mark, it is so simple. You just put think the check must be there. Okay, check or check mark will come there. Let's just save it and just see whether it has come there. In my case, whether it has come there. Okay, check mark. You see that pass check mark has come. Check or check mark. You can use any one of them. Either you can use the check or you can use the check mark to get the check mark there, so that is there. The other one, other way, this is uh, the preferred one. Other one is you just press Windows and dot, you get the emoji, and you think there is a check mark must be there. Then use the emoji if at all you feel like. I'm going to use the ordinary one. I'm going to say check. Okay, I think both check and check, there is no difference as such. We'll get to that check. Done. I've used the span because I want to just make formatting for that. Okay, so let's look at this one. Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it. Just format it. Right click and just format this document so that it looks great. Okay, so let's start with the next one. Result is there, and total marks. Next one is total marks. Total marks. And the total marks happens to be, I'm going just to show it in this one, so that 845 by 100, I can copy paste it easy. I don't need this span here because I'm not going to make anything with that. Okay. So I need 845 by 100. Done. Okay, just copy this. Control C. One more row is there. Okay. What is the next row is percentage. And the percentage is 84.5. We Control C and Control V to copy it one more time. And what else we have? Division. Okay. And and what else we have? First division. So first division done with this. Now let's fix this rows and columns. So we have given these group as rows, and we've done this much everything. I'm going to give this span. I will put a class for that class, and I'm going to say this is okay. The check mark, I need to make if you look at this check mark, when the image that they have given, the check mark is slightly green in color. Okay, and see the colors are varying. Okay, different colors they have put. So this is going to be one more thing that we need to take care. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's fix the different things that we are supposed to take care. Okay, so we will go here with the different parts which are there over here, and we will see how we can fix each and every one of them. So we will start with the section itself. So where is our section? We will start from this section because we want that section to be there at some place. So we will say class. This is the bottom section that we are talking about. Okay, and the let's fix this bottom now first. So what are the things which are there in the bottom section? So let's go ahead and let's fix that. Control C to copy from here, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say the bottom. Where is it gone? Okay, let me just fix, I think I copied the wrong thing. Control C to copy, and then just put the paste and that bottom. What are the things we have? Let's fix the margin at the top. let's fix the margin at the top to 16 pixel, let's say. Done. And we will display it like a grid. We know that it is a display. And definitely when we say it is a grid, we have to set the column now. Grid template for columns. We are going to say that the grid template will be, one is slightly larger, 1.05 for the first one, and the second one is 1. Okay, so two columns, slightly larger. The first one is slightly larger than the second one. That's it. Done. With that, we are done. And let's give a gap in between, because you know very well there is a gap. Okay, let's say 14 pixel gap is there. There is a gap in between these two things. You notice that there is a gap in between them, so we will have to fix the gap between them. So that this is regarding the bottom that we are talking about. Now our next challenge is we will go to the two things. So generally these are called as the one that you see over here. These are called as cards. Okay, this is a card. The card on the left side, card on the right side. So these are generally treated as cards. So let us give the card, and we will give the card and the card result for the first one. That is the first card that we are thinking of, and then the grade one for this one. This is the result card, and this will be the grade card. So let me fix both of them. The first one I'm going to fix it as the card, and under the card we will set it as the result card. So let me go here and let me fix that thing. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say for this div, I'm going to say class as card first of all, and then I'm going to say card dash dash result. Okay, so this is the one. That's for the first card. So let's go and let's fix them here. So we have the bottom now, and after the bottom we are going to fix the card first, and then we will fix the card, because card is common for both of them. I'm going to use the card. So let's fix the card, and then I'm going to fix the card result. So the border for this card is a 2 pixel, and solid, I think. Anyhow, I typed it solid, and the color is as usual the blue color. That is, this is border, sorry, border color, and we are done with the border color. Let's fix the background. So I'm going to fix the background. Okay, the background is all white here, so I can say 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so done. White color, and let's give a padding for both of them. So we will set the padding as 10 pixel, okay, and 12 pixel. So some padding is been given. This is for the card. Now within the card we have card result. So I'm going to say card dash dash result. Okay, so we have the card result. And what are the things? So we are going to say border. Okay, so we are going to set the border, and we'll say border color. Okay, what is the border color? We are going to make the border color as blue. Okay, blue too. So this is going to be the card now. Okay, so let's look at the card now. Where is it from? Let's see how it's going to look like. So we are getting in order, but not completed, but we are getting it. So we are coming closer to that. Now let's look at the card. We have done the card there, and then the next our question is how to set the other part, that is the table which is inside the card. So we are going to set the table which is there inside the card. So we are going to say that part I have done. Let's go to the table which is there inside the card. So this is my card, that is a device my card. Inside that there is a table. So this is what I'm trying to fix now. So I'm going to say dot card, and I have the table table. Okay, so table. What are the things that you can set for the table? So we will set the width of the table. Width of the table is 100%. We want the 100% width for this table. And what else? The border collapse. So we will say border collapse, and it is collapsible. Done. Done with the table. Well, if you look at here, so there is nothing much to be seen over here. And now we will set the both the th and the td. Where is this one? We will set now th and td. These two properties we are going to set them. Let's go ahead and let's fix them. So we will start with the card, dot card, and under this dot card we have th, again dot card, under this we have td. Okay, let's fix them, and let's go ahead with the part there. So we are going to go here, and we are going to say padding. So the padding is 6 pixel, okay, and 6 pixel. So both. So on the all the sides we have 6 pixels there. Border at the bottom. So let's look at the border at the bottom. We need a border at the bottom. Now this, if you look at what is it? Okay. At the bottom we need a border there. So border at the bottom 1 pixel. Okay. Solid, and we are going to say the color for it is again this is calculated. So E7 ECF5. So that's a color that we will use it, slightly different color for the border at the bottom. Let's look at the action, this in action. So if you go here, so you may not be able to see everything because it's not completed. Now let's look at a few other pseudo properties we are going to take. That is the we are going to take the last child, and we will set the border at the bottom as a 0. So let's go with the both of them. We're going to say card, and we are going to say tr, and we will say last child. So we will say last child, that, and th. Okay, last child's th, and also we will go to the card, and we are going to say tr, and we will use the last child, okay, last child, okay, and td. So in other words, for the last tr and td, so we are saying, so last child, where is it now, please? Okay, here, the last child, this is the last child, last tr, okay, the tr and the td, we are setting them, and what is that we are setting here? Okay, so we will set the border for the bottom as border dash bottom 0. Done. Okay, so now let's go and let's set it's not over. We will have to set the alignment for all of them. They are not aligned. Now it is the time. With that, you might not see much of a difference. Now we have to align them to the left and right so that they will look proper. So let's go with the alignment. So this is now fully alignment. We are going to go with the dot card th. Let's go with the th now. Okay. Text line and left, text line left. Done. What is the next one? Color. We are going to set the var because we have the variable here var, and we will set the blue color. Okay, if you look at the where is it again? If you look at here, this is blue color. Can you see that? I don't know whether in the recording you will see it. So that is blue color. So done. And font family, I'm going to steal it from the previous one because it's going to take a slightly longer time to type that thing, font family. So let's go here and let's get that font family. Done. What else? Font size. Let's look at the font size. Font size 12 pixel. Done. And let's say width of it. I'm going to say it is 46%. So let's fix that width less than 50%. In other words, get done. Save it and let's look at our thing. So you notice this one here. Okay. And now I have to make this that OK, the one that I've been using it. So I've given the OK here. Look at that one. I told you that I will use this check mark as I'm going to format that check mark. And this is what I was supposed to do it right at the beginning, but I have done all the other thing. Let's go with the OK there, and let's start with the OK. So I'm going to say display, and I will say inline block. So it is a block one, and then font family. Then I'm going to copy this font family, same font family. Font weight, let me say font weight 800. So I want it to appear very dark, and color, let's say color. You know that it is coming in green color. Okay, this is in green color. So I'm going to fix it like a green color. So how do you get to this green color? 146B 2B. Okay, so green color. Then letter spacing. Let's say the same one, 0.4. Slightly more. Okay, letter spacing is done. Let's look at the action. You see that there's a here. So done. Pass. The color, you notice it has appeared like this. Then pass has come there. Okay, so let's look at the next part. So we have the first table being fixed here. So we have the first table within this section. It is fixed. Let's look at the second table. So our first table is over. Okay. And let us start with the second table. So let's go with the div and let's start with the second table. Now there are two tables as you are aware. So there is this table and this table. There are two tables are there. So let's fix the second table. Okay. Start with the second table. I'm going to say div. I'm going to use the div. Okay. And because we need to have something extra there. Let's look at what else we need. Okay. This is the table actually, and there is one extra thing, grade scale. So we are going to use one more div here, and we are going to call that div as grade grade scale, scale, grade scale. So done with that. Let's start with the table, 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 and table has a body. Remember, there is no heading for that table. It's just the body like the previous table, and we start with the tr. Okay. We start with the th, and let's look at what are the things which are there. So you notice that this is three columns are there, A1, 191, and outstanding. So let me just copy this one here and copy this whole thing here. and then I will paste it to the other side. So TD, okay, this is 90 to 100. So and one more TD and outstanding. So done. Okay. This is the first one that we are going to see. If you look at this one, this is first one. Similarly, you have excellent, good, average, and so on and so forth. So we need to do all of them. Control C to copy it and Control V to paste it. So second one, what is the second one? I'm going just to copy it from here. So it is going to take, otherwise it's going to take a longer time. Okay, so just this is A2, I suppose, A2, and I think I would have copied only what was really required. Anyhow, this is excellent. Done. And let me go Control C and Control V. A3, I think A3 is there. Let me just check whether A1, A2 or something else is there. B1. So these two things. Let me just copy that to B1. So this is B1, not B2 is not there. A3 is not there. B1, and I will just paste it here. Very good. So just paste it here and just say very good. Done. Oops. So done. Let me take it one more time. Control C and Control V. And B2, I think B2 should be there. And this is 61 and 70. 61. Cut ಮಾಡಿ paste it. Done. 60 to 70. Well, then C1 is there. Control C, Control V. C1 is there. So let's go. C1 is there. 51, 70 average. Done. Okay, so let's look at the table that we have got now. So we got some table here, and we need to now fix them accordingly. So let's go ahead and let's do some CSS magic on them also, so that we are able to get them in action. So first of all, let me go here and to the class here. Where is the div class here? Now this is going to be the card class, same as the previous one class. This is card, no doubt, and we have card dash dash grade. So this time it is slightly different from the previous one, card and card grade. Okay, so let's look at that thing in action. So I'm going to go over here to my CSS card and our grade, and we are going to fix the few things there. And let me also put one other one for this also. I'm going to put one so let me go here, and I'm going to say this class that I'm going to use. It is a card, let's say underscore and title. Okay, so that is done. Okay, maybe this is a real label I'm going to give just to make the things proper. I'm going to say grade scale, because it's going to give me the scale grade grade scale. So that is the one that is in. It's just a description for the screen readers. Okay, so let's fix the things there, card grade, and then we will fix each and every one of them. We will go to the card title, and we are going to fix with the card title there. So let's go with the card title. I'm going to go here just take this one, Control C from here, and I'm going to go and I'm going to say dot card title, fix it. And what do you have there? So font family, it is one and the same. So there's nothing much to be done with the font family. So font family is there as usual. Font weight 800. Okay. Color, and I'm going to use the var, and I will select blue 2 as my color. Okay, done. Let's go here. And what else we need? Margin at the bottom, 6 pixel, 6 pixel. Letter spacing 0.3. So done with that. Okay, so let's look at the card grade now. So we have this card grade dash dash grade, card grade. Inside that we have the header section there. Let's move up to H. So what do I mean by saying that this card grade is there? Inside that you have the heading PH and TD. We will fix them like the previous one. We are going to do the same thing with that also. So we are going to fix each and every one of them. We will say width of it is 46 pixel like the previous case, and we are going to say text align at the center, text align at the center. So if you notice here it is aligned at the center, so we are going to align at the center. So let's go ahead, align at the center, and that's it. Let's go with the TD. Next is let's go with the TD now. Same thing. Okay. I'm going to say dot card grade. Okay, and then we will go with the TD. I will use the font family same as the previous one. Font family. I will not type it. Font family, and then font size. Font size 12 pixel. Done with that. Okay. So let's see how it's going to appear. Okay, so we have the grade being shown there here. Okay, so now it is the uh, time to show the other part, and that is the signature. So we have to show the signature of all the people who are there, like the class teacher, the examination controller, and all the others. So let's go ahead and let's fix the signature. I'm going to create a separate section for this one. So let me go to this one, and I'm going to go with the section, and this is, I think, is this section that it was talking about. So this is the section. Let me see whether this is the section that had everything. So that's a separate section. This is the signature section. So let me create a section there, and I'm going to say section, and let's start with the signature. We will do with the first one thing at a time. So remember, we need to have the three signature here, class teacher signature, and so on and so forth. So we will have three blocks there. So we will create a three div here. So I'm going to use the div, and inside that div there are we need a line. So we need a line. I'm going to use the div here to get that line. Okay, and then the second one, remember, if you look at it here, there is one line here. This line is there, and then class teacher will come. So the second one is the class teacher. So this part is class teacher. Done. Let me fix this, and then I can think of doing it. Now the thing is, these three things must come as a block. This 3 has to come in. This 3 has to come in a block. So first, let's arrange them, and then we will fix one after the other. So I'm going to go to this section here, and I'm going to give it a class, and I'm going to call this as a signature, that is sign. And let's fix the sign now, and let's see what we can do with the sign. So I'm going to go here with my sign, go here with the sign dot sign sign. Hopefully my spelling is proper, otherwise I will have to struggle with that. I'm going to just copy paste it so that if a spelling mistake is there, I can take it. Let's fix the margin at the top. We'll put a margin at the top of 64 pixel, because we need slightly longer space there. If you notice here, we need slightly longer space here, so that's fix that. And then what we have, padding, let's give a padding of 12 pixel. Done. And what else I think we will give the, if we give fully padding, it may not work out. Let's give a padding at the top. Padding at the top, we will give it as 12 pixel. So because it may not every side, if we start giving padding, then it can be too much. Let's go with the border at the top. Okay, 1 pixel, and solid and transparent. Let's go with the, okay, transparent border, and we want it to appear in the grid. So I'm going to say display in the form of a grid. Done. And what else we need? That the grid, definitely we have to have the column templates now. And what we are going to do, we will repeat this one. 3 pixel, okay, 3 columns, each of 1. Okay, so that is okay, so it will occupy the given place. Gap between them, gap between them, let's go as say 18 pixel. Then align item at the end. So align items at the end, so that we are putting it at the bottom. Align at the end means align at the top means at the top. Align at the end means at the end. Okay, so that it appears like this. So if you look at here, what we got is here. You can see the class feature. Got it here. Now let's go with the individual piece. So we have to get the line here. So we have to, this was meant for line. So let's fix that line. Oh, sorry that I I paused that video, and then suddenly I realized that I have not unpaused it. Because of cough, I just paused it. But I don't know. So I went ahead, and then after some time I realized that I'm not recording. So I'm going to redo it. Maybe in the video you may find that these two things are done two times. But just to tell you what I was typing when the video was paused was I gave the class for here, and the class that I gave, it may be repeated in the video. Kindly excuse me, because I just forgot to unpause that video. So I gave the class sign item over here, and I gave the class as a line here. So two classes that I have given, and I gave the class as a label here. Three different classes were given over here, and I was setting the properties for all the three things. I had actually set this property, but if it is repeating, kindly go forward. So the first one is the let's look at this one, sign item. Remember the sign, I think I have done it when the video was not paused. Sign item is you are just aligning the text align property. You just set the text align as center. So that's the only thing. So what in other words, what we are doing is we are trying to align this text which is there within this block at the center. So that's the only thing we are doing it. And the next one is the line. I want to get the line there. So the you notice here I want to get one line here. So here like this. So this line I got it, even though I had typed it because I have not unpaused it. So you just set the height as 1 pixel, set some background color, and then margin is 0 and auto on the two sides, and then you set the width as 80%. So this is what is the line. You get the line for that, and then let's go to the next one. So you have the next piece there, and that is going to be our label within the sign. So we have this sign here, and there is a label within the sign. So let's fix that label within the sign. So I'm going to go and I'm going to say dot sign, and sign, I suppose. So this is the spelling of the sign. Okay, sign and the dot label. Okay, done. Okay, so done with that. Okay. Let me copy the font family. I need the font family. I will go here wherever I get this font family, and font this both of them I'm going to copy it. Control C from here and Control V at the other point. So done. And then I'm going to set the again I have so I'm going to set the color as fire, and I will set the color as blue too. Okay, so done. Then font weight, let me use the font underscore weight, and I'm going to set the font weight as 700. Okay, so done with that. So let's look at this in action. So slightly, you notice slightly dark it has appeared. Now similarly I have to do it for the teacher, and where is there, teacher, examiner, controller, and principal. So we have to do it for three of them. So let's go back here. This is for the one part, and that is for the class teacher. We are supposed to do it for our who is that, examiner, controller, and then principal. So let's go ahead with the sign item here. So I'm going to just copy this sign item and the sign item. So from here to here, this is for one person. So let's do it here and then paste it. So the line remains same. Only thing is we need to just change this one as examiner controller. This is examination controller. Just Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here. Control V to paste it on the other side. Again, I'm going to copy this one, Control C and Control V, and we have the next one as principal. So I'm going to just copy it, Control C from here, and Control V to this side, and it is done. So let me just save it, and let's go to the one that we are developing, and we have a class teacher, and so on so forth. So we got the this much part, principal, up to principal we got it. Now let's go to the next part, and the next part happens to be, let's look at what is the next part. Next part happens to be a note. So we are supposed to get a note. So let's go to the note part here. I'm going to create a section. Again, as usual, we are going to create one section for one page. So let's go ahead and let's create a section, and what are the things which are there. And by the way, I think I have missed somewhere. I think that's it. Let's look at the part there. I think did I miss anything? I think it's correct. Done. So again, I don't know whether I paused the video and paused. My throat is creating a lot of problem to me. In any case, I will complete it. So let's go ahead with the first part, and that is the note here. I'm going to just copy this one. So kindly excuse me for doing this. I will just copy it so that I can quickly finish it out. So this is the note, and this is the note that we are supposed to get it, and the note I'm going to get it in strong. Okay, and let me just get it in the inside that strong. What is this happening? Okay, done. Excuse me, and done with that. And this is one section. Let me give the class for this. I'm going to call it as a class note. Okay, again, if you want to give a label for a real label, you can give a real label and then say that this is the note. Let's fix this thing over here, and we will go to the CSS there, and we will fix the note for that. So let's go here, and this is the note. We are supposed to fix it. And what are the things? We will set the margin at the top as 14 pixel. So done. Done. What else? We'll fix the border, and we'll fix the border as 2 pixel, and a solid. And if you look at this one, this border is not like the previous one. It is slightly yellowish, golden color border. You get it. So I will fix the color. I have already the color with me. So E5 C8 6A. So this is the color. So slightly golden like color. And then let's fix the background. So let's fix the background. And again, the background I'm going to fix it as FFFDF2. Okay, this is pre-calculated one, so don't worry about the one. So let me put a padding for the padding as 10 pixel, 10 pixel, and 12 pixel. So we have okay. And then let's set the font size as 12 pixel, and let's fit the color because we are setting some color there. See color of the font as 5B 4A19. So some color. Where is the hash sign gone? Okay, so this is the color we are fixing. Okay, so if you just look at the one that we just got it here is this. Okay, so this is what we are getting it here. Note is done, and what else we can do? Okay, below this note, let's look at what else we have. Below this note, we have a footer information that says something. Okay, so this is the one that we have to fix it now. So we have the footer. Let's put the footer now. We have at the section. Where is it gone? So this section is over. Now I'm putting all the section. Okay, this is separate section. And then, so let's look at the footer. So we are going to say footer. Okay. And what is there in the footer? So let's. I'm going to just steal it from my previously created one. Control C, and I'm going to just paste it here. Okay, you can pause the video and then see what is being typed over here. Okay, let me make it proper by putting a class to it. So I will set the class as a FTR footer. Okay. And let's go back and fix the class for that FTR. So we are going to go to our CSS and let's fix the class for that. So let's go here, and we are going to set dot FTR. Done with that. and let's fix the margin. The margin at the top as 16 pixel. Let's fix the margin as 16 pixel at the top margin. Okay, done. Text alignment, and we'll text align at the center. Done. And font size, how much we can 11 pixel. Okay, slightly reduce the font is being shown there. Color, again I have the built-in color there, so 7B859A is the color. Border at the top, so border at the top, we will fix the border at the top, again 1 pixel, solid. And the color is again this is a calculated color, E4E9F3. So this is the color that we have at the border. Padding at the top, we are going to give the padding at the top as 10 pixel. Let's go ahead and let's use the font family under this font family same. Control C and Control V and use the font family. This is our font family, and that will, this is the one that we have created. Okay, so done with the I think I first the one. Okay, so we got the roughly created set for us, and we will need to now fix some other things there. So let's fix the media for a different screen. If you want, you can set the media for a different screen that you would like to set it. So it's up to you. When you want to take the printout, you want to set some color, and if you want to do it, when you want to show it in small grid, if you want to set it, you can do that thing. So let us review, and let's see how this can be further improved. So let's look at that part. One thing that we have observed is that we are not getting the padding. So this is I started with that. I was not getting the padding for this one, whereas the one that is shown over here, it has a padding. Let me try to fix the padding issue there. So let's look at where we can fix the padding. I will go to the sheet here and then try to fix the padding after the border. So let's go to the sheet, and within the sheet, I'm going to go and I'm going to set the padding here, and I'm going to say 22 pixel. Let's say 22 pixel, 18 pixel. You can fine tune it. I'm just putting some values here. 18 pixel. Just set the padding for the sheet so that that sheet will appear. Okay, so this is okay. Now you can see that there is this padding that I have applied on all the sides. So this is going to appear a bit neat there. So you get to see. I think with that we have done with the entire thing. It took a very longer time for us to create this whole thing. And if there is a do I show the things like this? Okay, I have not shown this part. I'm missing this part. Somehow, let's fix that part. Okay, I will fix this part. This thing is missing, and after that, I will wind it up. So the problem that is there is I have not set any CSS for that. Let me go over here to this place where I have the section that is the statement of marks annual examination 2025. So this is the place where the problem is there. I'm going there to that place. Let me go to this section, and I'm going to set a class for that. So for this section itself, I'm going to put a class, and I'm going to call this one as marks because we're going to show the marks. Let me go over here to my CSS, you can go to the place. Now I will not confuse you by going to different place. So this is the place where you are setting the mouse point. Okay. This is a place where you have put the photograph and other things, and we have started the table. So this is TBL. If you recall, I started with the TBL. Before that only I will put it. You can put it anywhere, but I will just put it over here. So I will start with the marks. Okay. And let me say margin at the top. So margin at the top, 18 pixel. Okay, this is the one. And now I'm going to set the property of the header, which is inside h2, which is there inside this marks. So I'm going to set the property for that. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say marks, so which is there, and the h2, which is there inside that, I'm going to set the property for the h2, which is there inside this marks. So let me go ahead and let me do that part over here. Let me just set the margin. You can set the margin as 0 0. So 0 0 and 10 pixel. At the bottom we will set the margin as a 10 pixel. Text align, we will go do the text align at the center. And what else we can do? Font size, let's say font size, let's say 12 or 13 pixel, something like that. 13 pixel, let's say. And letter spacing, let's say letter spacing, and we will have one spacing between the letter. Okay. And text transformation, we will text transformation, we will convert it into uppercase. What else? We will set the color. So let's set the color, and I'm going to set the color from my variable that I've been using, Bluetooth. So that is, I think that's enough for us to do it. So let's see. Let's go back to the one that we are using. So this is the old one. This is the new one. Okay. And we are able to get this one also properly set. With that, I think I've done almost. That's enough, I suppose, for getting the things in action. So this is a report card that you are supposed to generate. I took longer time. Thank you for your interest. We will meet again in the other exercise. Thank you.